Hello, good people. Hello, hello, hello. Nice to see parents' faces for the first time and it seemed like 8,000 years. It's fantastic.
Hello, Mr. Brossard.
Hey, how you doing, sir?
Good, how are you? Hello, everyone.
I'm surviving. I'm surviving. We'll start in about a couple more minutes. Hopefully, some more parents are going to show up. Okay, we'll just go ahead and start off now and make sure, yeah, all right, make sure I'm recording. I'll be sharing it out to the other parents who couldn't make it. First and foremost, thank you for allowing me to have your kids and corrupt your kids with debate. I appreciate that concept. I know they have been driving you up a wall on weekends about winning and doing all this other stuff and venting frustrations. Hopefully, it didn't harm you or taint your viewpoint of me, in any which way, shape, form, or fashion. Um, but I really want to kind of go over with that concept and say thank you for that. This year has been interesting on multiple fronts, and it really means a lot that you believe your kids to you want them to do well, especially in this particular event, which is kind of a crazy event or concept itself, um, and it leads to a lot of subjective ideology and perspective. So thank you for allowing your kiddos to do this, and overall, where we want to go over is the ending portion of this school year, and um, as well as what to expect in the next it's April, in the next 2 months, to be quite frank with you. Um, Overall. So first and foremost, some superlatives needs to be discussed. State championship results from the last weekend of March. Lillian Tebow placed third overall in program oral interpretation in the state public forum debate. We have third place and second place um, winners, if you will, who are now ranked second and third respectively in the state. Um, we have Channing Hall, who placed second in the state in Lincoln Douglas advanced Lincoln Douglas debate. Channing Hall placed eighth in congressional debate, and we actually have a state champion, first state champion in school history in regards of congressional debate, with Kriya Patel. Last year we had a much bigger team, and even before that, much bigger. Unfortunately, we didn't have a state championship last year. Year before that, we swept public forum. We did well in Lincoln Douglas debate, congressional debate. This year, I think it's much more rewarding, because everything was been online, very stressful, a little bit irritating to a certain extent because we couldn't really be together. But I'm very proud of these young kids and your kids as well for their competition and what they have done overall. I couldn't be any prouder. In regards of state, I'm going to move it backwards to district championships and also relate district championships over to nationals. In regards of There's two different district championships. One is called the National Catholic Forensic League, and this one we have a district championship within the Baton Rouge. Let me get to this within the Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Shreveport area itself. Um, that's one particular district in regards of that. Um, and there's others. There's another one that we're going to talk about in a second. But within this particular district, it was schools within Baton Rouge, New Orleans, Slidell, Dutchtown was a part of that district as well. For our congressional debaters who qualify for nationals, Nancy Shee and McKaylee Porso, policy debate Kalina, as well as William, which is her partner, and then Parrish and James, which are partners as well, qualified for this national team or nationals. Public forum debate, our two public forum teams, Hannah and Lillian, as well as Jane and Kriya, also qualified for nationals in public forum debate. Lincoln Douglas debate, Channing, of course, Briggs, and just recently, Michael was an alternate, but because one of the kids from another school dropped out, Michael was the first alternate and moved up. So Michael made nationals, which is an awesome feat for novice students, first year novice students. And of course, original orator Michelle Lee also qualified for that. Um, I'll go over the dates of nationals and what I need from all of you as well from the teacher, the students, and parents who are not here today. But these are our qualifiers for this district. The next district is much harder to break because this district technically deals with the whole state of Louisiana. And that district is the National Association and Debate, National Speech and Debate Association qualifiers. I put in two different categories here because we have main event categories and supplemental events. Let me tell you about the main event categories. The students who qualified for national championships in the main event categories in congressional debate, Channing Hall and Parrish Johnson in the House of Representatives, Kriya Patel in the Senate. And I know I talked about congressional debate and so on and so forth. Congressional debate is the same concept as if you see on television or representatives and senators in Congress debating on bills and legislation. It's the same concept here. Okay. Public forum debate, Hannah Anderson and Lillian Tebow qualified for nationals. And then you have World Schools Debate, which was nominated by myself to qualify to represent Team Louisiana. And they passed the nomination process and qualification process. Jane Foreman and Nancy Shee will be on the World School team representing the entire state of Louisiana in a team debating format. What I'll do is make sure that I provide you on the Google Classroom page that your students are part of, that you can see as well, how the debates will look. So you can kind of see how it looks, how it works, the whole 9 yards. All right. Now, supplemental events. These are events in which if certain students that are in the main categories don't move on to what's called elimination rounds, all right, they have an opportunity while elimination rounds are happening to compete also for a national championship in respective categories. And based upon talking to the students, if for any reason any of the students do not move on to elimination rounds, Channing Hall, Parrish Johnson, Kriya Patel, and Nancy Shee will be in extemporaneous debate. Extemporaneous debate is just that. You're going to get a topic that you and your opponent that you draw will be able to choose. And then you have 30 minutes to create a quote unquote debate case, whether you're for it or you're against it. And then you will have about 15, 20 minutes to provide your arguments and debate each other based upon that concept. Pro con speech is for Jane Foreman. Basically, what this is that Jane is going to have a 5-minute speech prepared for any of the debate topics for that tournament and provide a 5-minute speech based upon why she agrees with this particular concept or disagree with that particular concept. And poetry will be by Lillian Tebow if she doesn't go on to out rounds in national speech and debate national championships. Now, let me give you the information in regards of the dates, the information about where it's going to be at, quote unquote, online, obviously, as well as times to a certain extent, and what I need from you all, if able to provide for me. Okay, here we go. So, in regards of this, first I'll go over the NCFL. NCFL will happen on May 28th to the 30th. Now, originally, I want to be clear about this. This was supposed to be on the 29th and 30th. But what happened was that the NCFL wanted to at least get what's called quote unquote rounds in. In other words, the first 2 debate rounds and the first round of individual events, original oratory, for instance, will happen the 28th of May that evening, starting at 5 p.m. Central Time. And then once those rounds are over with on that Thursday evening, I'm sorry, that Friday evening, all day Saturday, 29th, will be debate and individual event rounds. On the Sunday will be all elimination rounds, back to back to back, with an award ceremony at the end. So, what do I need from you overall? One, judging. I need 4 judges, 4 adjudicators. Um, I can determine if you're going to be doing public forum or Lincoln Douglas. I'll provide you with the information on how to adjudicate debate rounds, but I need 4 judges. If I don't have 4 judges, I only have 2 options. Okay. The first option is to start dropping students from national championships. Or 2, all the students' parents themselves going to have to come together, and we're going to have to put in a fund to actually hire judges for this tournament. Tournament hires are $400 a piece. Let me repeat that: $400 a piece. If we can't get, if we don't have any parents to judge this tournament for us. I have several of my former debaters. They are going to be coming to judge online, and which helps out quite a bit because we needed we need a total of 10, but I'm missing 4 judges. I need that. I need help. As a team, as a group of parents, I'll provide a survey on I'm sorry, on Google Classroom for you and your kid, for you to complete through your kid's portal to let me know what you decide, if you're able to judge or not. And if not, then the entire parents going to have to at least chip in to get these 4 judges. Again, there's 400 a piece. So you're looking at $1,600 we're going to have to dish out. And I personally, no offense, would want to dish out money when we could have some parents to at least provide at least judging for a day or a day and a half, if possible. I know it's a little bit of an inconvenience, but unfortunately, this is the issue that we have for debate. Yes, ma'am.
What kind of commitment would it require? You would judge 3 sessions, 2 sessions, like what?
Question. Technically speaking, there are going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 prelim rounds and several quote unquote elimination rounds. I would assume you're going to do a minimum of 4, between 3 to 4 prelim rounds, and 1 elimination round. So a total of 5. It's what I'm assuming and what I've been knowing for the past eon years. I've been doing this. Now, since the quote unquote vice president of the league happens to be the chairperson for our district, I can try to put in the email when I send out to the judges that I have X parent who can only judge X amount of prelim rounds and 1 round of um of elimination, but nothing past this because of engagements, right? I can do that. Hopefully they will buy it and they will listen to me and do it. Um, it's much more easier on the individual event side because I know basically the entire tabulation staff and we're good friends. So I can definitely do that. But debate wise, that's the best I can do when it comes to that. But I can tell you that more so probably by Wednesday when I talk to them. But I just need 4. Fees is 25 per student. Now, I want to be clear about this. If you notice, by the way, let me back up a second. The total amount to compete at nationals for this nationals is technically $650. If you notice, let me go back. And when you think of the $25 per student, that doesn't equate to $650. If you notice that, we have funding in regards to from our tournament in which we ran in our account at school. This is only half. So basically, the $25 pays half. Our account that we have at school will pay the other half. Right? So it's 325, and then we're going to spend 325 from our account to take care of this particular fees. However, please note that I will need it by the 10th of April because I need to send that check off by the 15th of April. And I'll tell you exactly how to pay for it in just a second. NSDA, June 14th through 18th. I do need 2 judges. Okay, one for individual events and supplemental events like the pro-con speeches, poetry, prose, and one for debate. Now, this I have much more power in regards. I can dictate, hey, you can judge for one day and one day only. And I can put in the comments, it's going to be on this particular day that he or she would be able to judge. As long as I have 2, I can go ahead and say, hey, I'm gonna put X person in the individual event portal and the other in a debate portal. Now these fees are 50. And the main reason why is because these are much larger, bigger tournaments, much more in regard for the National Speech and Debate Association. Now, technically, our total is $850. Just like for NCFL kids, we're only paying half. So you would put in 50 if your kid is doing nationals, and we as a school in our account will pay the other half. All right. So that's how it will work. So it's half, and then we'll have the other half. The bond here, and tell you a little bit more about what's called the judging bond. The judging bond is basically this. For whatever reason, I gotta move this out the way. Maybe not. If for any reason we have a situation where you are unable, if you are judging, you are unable to judge a particular round without letting myself or tabulation know, that is a fee. That is a $50 fee they take from us. I'm going to pay the $200 judge bond, believing that if you are judging, you're not going to miss any round that you're going to have. And therefore, I'll get that $200 back, and we're going to use that towards the school year next year. Okay. So that is in regards of how much the dates for the competition will be. How do you pay? Well, PayPal. And let me put this, oops, my fault. Let me put that in the chat. Give me 1 second. I'll put that in the chat for you. And no, not that. This. Boom. 1 second. All right. Log in here. Now, this particular PayPal account is the official Baton Rouge Magnet High account. This account has been used specifically for tournaments that we were going out of town for, hotel fees. It was used for, there we go. It was used for travel expenses, things of that nature. So that was chat. All right. So I'll put it in the chat for you all to copy and paste. So we've been using this account, this PayPal account, specifically this money pool account, since 2018. It's specifically used for, again, travel purposes when we want to buy in bulk, air travel, so we all can travel together, going to tournaments like in Atlanta, in Washington, D.C., Chicago, so on and so forth. Other debate tournaments that needed extra funding for it. Getting a van when we want to go and bring a bunch of kids to a tournament and compete. That money went to there. You automatically get your receipt. You know what's happening with that concept. That money goes into that pool, and then I use that money to pay for the fees that need to be paid for us to compete on the national level. That's what this account was for. Next up. All right. Many of you asked about debate camps for your kids. So I am a little biased in certain camps, because I will be working at a couple camps this summer. One, I'm gonna be away in DC for a little bit, but here are some camps for your kids. If you know your kids are doing Lincoln Douglas, public forum, policy debate, or even individual events, here are the camps I would suggest you look into, reasonably priced, in which they have immense, and let me repeat this, immense amount of success over the years. For public forum, if your kids are doing public forum, Georgetown and Samford are ideal. I'm biased to Southwest because I'm teaching at Southwest, but that's dependable on how you feel. ISD is fantastic. I know the entire staff. Excuse me. They are absolutely amazing. They give you everything that you need. Great staff, great teaching organization, and so on and so forth. UNT or UT Dallas is another camp where I used to teach at several years ago. I love their camp as well, for public forum, because Texas is big in public forum. Texas, Florida, California are where the last 7 public forum national champions came from, outside of of um of Virginia. 2 years it came from Virginia, from one particular team. There's 2 brothers. But these are the 5 camps I would suggest if your kids are doing public forum debate. Now, if they're doing another style debate, excuse me, let's say I think I have Lincoln Douglas next. Yes, Lincoln Douglas. I want to be very clear about the first one, about global debate. It's expensive, like a couple $1,000s expensive. However, the coach that started the program is a Hall of Fame coach. That particular coach has won state, district, and national championships every single year since he's been a coach. His coaching staff are nothing but professors from colleges, as well as former national champions. That's all he hires. Um, it's expensive, but it's a good one. UNT Comet is a good one as well. Southwest is very, and I do mean very affordable, crazy affordable for Lincoln Douglas, and public forum. Summit Debate, excuse me, it's very good. They're great at what they do as well for Lincoln Douglas. And of course, with ISD Summer Camp. Um, ISD Summer Camp is a much more what we call a progressive camp, right? They deal with a lot of progressive ideas, progressive arguments. They are now have inflooded the entire debate community overall. So that would be a good opportunity, if you will, for your kids to come to possibly go to. Um, so that's on that level. Excuse me. Now, if your kids are doing policy debate, if your kids are doing policy debate next year, here are the camps. I cannot stress the concept of Gonzaga and Georgetown. Um, of all these camps here, UT Dallas and Georgetown are a little bit more affordable in regards of it's not as much as the Stanfords or the Michigan States. But these camps here for policy debate are like here, top tip top. Um, Normally I would put Michigan, but no, Michigan. As much as I love Michigan debate camp, I seriously doubt, as much as you love your kids, and trust me, I think you do. I seriously doubt you want to pay $7,000 for the whole summer. So I think these are the best options. That's much more affordable and accessible to students across the United States overall. Plus, Gonzaga and Georgetown have some international students that attend in Canada and even online in China as well. So they do that as well. And if your kid's doing speech like oratory or extemp or interpretation like dramatic interp or humorous interpretation, these are the camps. I should just put just two. Bradley is fantastic. Western Kentucky, just as fantastic. Um, the kids who work at Western Kentucky were original high school students that went to Bradley and won national championships. Now they're on full ride scholarships at Western Kentucky, doing the exact same thing as Bradley's doing now. Um, I would prefer Bradley or Western Kentucky. They're very affordable. Southwest is literally the cheapest, to be honest with you. But the coach who does it, it's fantastic. She is so good, hands on with the students that's there as well. So these are the camps that I would suggest you look into and go from there. If you know some of the parents here or elsewhere that will be thinking about taking their kids to certain camps, there are discounts for like, hey, they're at Baton Rouge Magnet High. I want, we're parents. We have like 3 or 4 of our kids want to go. They'll do like a 20-25% discount because of a group rate. Um, for debate, I want to say um, Southwest does it, Stanford does it, George Mason does it every now and then, but that would be something I would kind of look into as well. All right. I think that was it. Yes. Um, I didn't want to keep y'all too long on this, but again, I can't express how thankful, grateful, and blessed I am to have you all here and to support this team, support your kiddos in this awkward and, and weird event to basically argue, which is kind of weird, and trying to make a change on a high school level and beyond. So with that, I am open to any and all questions that you have for me. Lay it into me. Yes, Miss Lisa. You're muted.
Got that. So the debate camps that you were talking about, it sounded at the end they were in person or they're
No,
online?
they're gonna be online.
Okay.
The only camp that I know that might be in person is that I didn't put up on there. Um, and that's a policy camp. It's an urban debate league camp that I'll be going to DC for. But so far that I know, all these camps are going to be online and online only. Maybe next year they're going to be a situation where they're going to be in person or a hybrid, but definitely this year would be in online. Anyone else? Feel free to ask away. None. Yeah, it is. All right, cool. All right. Again, I didn't want to keep you too long on this. You have the PayPal account. Yeah, Kevin. Thanks, man. I'll put you down for NCFL. No problem. Doing it now. You're gonna need Mr. Kevin. You're gonna need a PayPal, not PayPal. You're gonna need a Tab Room account. I'm gonna set that up. Give me your email. If you don't, I don't think you have a Tab Room account. But
I already have one.
You do.
Yeah.
That's true. You do because you judge. That's true.
Yeah, I judged before. I already have one.
Yeah, cool. That's even better. I'll because James will be doing policy. I'll put you in for policy as well, since because your son's doing policy. I'll put you in that. You already did the adjudication classes, so you pretty much know what's going on with that. So that's cool. I'll put you down for that. Thank you so much for that.
Okay, how much?
Hey, oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
You go ahead.
Okay, I was just going to ask about the adjudication classes. What kind of, how long are those? What kind of a commitment? When do we do those?
Literally do that class in like an hour. And matter of fact, I'll put it up right now for you. Adjudicating, judging. Basically, the judge training. Here we go. The classes basically explains all of the events that here we go that they have. Excuse me. And here we go. And here we go. Put in the chat for you. There you go. The class itself kind of goes over the events that they have, to what to look for, how to adjudicate, things of that nature. Is basically a quick synopsis of debate as a whole, and that prepares you, if you will, for adjudicating. That goes for debate and for speech events, to know it all overall, and that would benefit you 100 times than me going over bit by bit each event overall. It should take you maybe an hour, if not an hour and a half at the most, to go over everything. They go have a little quiz at the end of each one. That's maybe like 5 questions, and then you're ready to go. And if there's anything else that you would need in regards of how to adjudicate other additional questions, I'll be able to answer that based upon the quote unquote training you went through. Any other questions?
Hey, this is Alex and William's mom. Hey, yeah. I mean, for some reason, none of my, neither my husband or I get the email notification or whatever. So I'm online late. So can you make sure that we're on the distribution list first?
Yeah, go do me a favor. Let me give everybody my email.
Okay.
Yours.
I'm not on the list.
Our schools. This is my email.
Okay.
Your email and so on and so forth. And what I want to do is everything you missed, or the first meeting that we had, or so on and so forth. I'll provide that for you.
Right. That's what I want to see, you know, the slides or anything, because it seems like there are a lot of information there.
Yes.
So yeah.
I'll provide those slides for you. It's easy.
Okay.
And
yeah, that'll be great.
And I'm also in the email, when I send everybody the email also, and send the kids the email, my website that I'm posting up. So you can actually go to my website. So you're able to click on speech and debate. At the bottom, you're gonna see the videos and the information at the bottom of it.
Okay, thank you.
No problem.
And I did not receive the email either, but James just let me know there's a meeting and he forwarded the Zoom link to me.
Okay. I know I have. I know I have your email. All the emails in regards of it's in tab room. All the parents, I'm going to copy and paste and send that over to y'all as well. That information. But for those who don't have a tab room account for judging purposes, you have my personal email there for work. You can definitely email me and I'll give y'all all the information that you need. Thank you, Ms. Lisa. I appreciate that. Copy and paste that. All right, I need this one. And all right, cool. Any other questions that you have for me that I'm able to answer for you? Okay. Again, thank you again so much. I'm very proud of your kiddos to make it this far and to qualify for nationals. It is an amazing feat, if you will. So many things that your kids could be doing. Just thankful that they chose this overall. I know a couple of your kids are competing now, so I'm sorry for the pain you have to go through listening to debates and them arguing in their room. But again, I thank you for that. If you're able to judge, please let me know as soon as possible, especially for NCFL. I have to put that in by the 10th. The funds have to be sent over by the 15th so I can have everything kind of together and ready to go. And we'll go from there. For NSDA, I told y'all the date where it's due, but for that, judging wise, I do have some time left. So please, I'll make sure I remind you all via email exactly how much time that's left in regard for those who will have their kids competing at that particular tournament itself. Also, real quick, for those who have kids in congressional debate and any one of those national championships, the packet for Congress will come very soon. So I'll have an email for the students as well as yourself to know what they're going to be debating on. For the students who are competing in Lincoln Douglas and public forum, I'm also going to email you and the students to let them know what the topic will be, so you know what to expect if you're going to be either adjudicating or hovering over your kids, figuring out what they're arguing about in their room overall. So you have that along with that, and plus I'll send you the link to my website where all other additional information that I will be putting on starting today will be there as well.
Mr. Bursar, regarding the $25 fee for NCFL, can we make the payment now or shall we wait?
Yeah, you do it now. I'm not going to touch it until the 15th when I'm going to send that over to them. But yes, you can make it now and just put your kid's name NCFL. I know I already have a couple of parents who already paid. That's awesome. And I'm going to go ahead and start making those payments on the 15th and go from there. Note that next year, 9 times out of 10, what's going to happen is they're dead set on having nationals in person. Hopefully, this pandemic thing kind of dissipates quickly. But just so you know, next year in 2022, I know it's thinking of that far is kind of awkward. I know that and weird, specifically what we've been going through so far. Nationals for NSDA will be in Arizona. Yes, it will be in. It looks like. Yes. Okay. So next year in 2022, I'm sorry, it's going to be in Louisville, Kentucky. In 2022, and the NCFL Nationals will be back in Chicago in 2022. So please note that, because next year they are dead set on not having, if all goes well, an online tournament. Is going to be in person. So the fees in regards of traveling will go up because flying there will be a pain, of course. And then all the other logistical stuff will be going over as well. But I want to give you that information, just kind of put a little tidbit in the back of your mind as to what's going to happen next year. Okay. Anything else y'all have for me?
Yeah, one question here. Yeah. So to volunteer for a judge, then I should pass that online training thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
I would. It's not going to be tough to pass it. Now, if you want to tell me which one or both that you wish to judge, let me know now. If it changes, you can let me know ahead of time. But it's best to do the training so you know exactly what to expect. That's the main thing.
Yeah, last time I tried, but it takes a long time and I failed. So
No, sorry. I think that they actually streamlined it just recently. So if you want to go back and do it, you can. But I would it'll be beneficial to do so. If you don't feel like it was beneficial for you, I can help you and teach you everything that you need to how to judge a debate round, whether or a speech round. I can give you all that information and teach it to you with no problems. It's going to be a little longer, but I can definitely do that.
see, yeah, okay. So I'll volunteer for one.
Okay, great. For NSDA, for the one in May or the one in June?
I don't know.
Okay.
I have no idea. So
Let me know. Let me know after a while.
you need it. Yeah.
Yeah, no problem. Let me know later. No problem. All right. Again, any questions, please feel free to let me know what questions I'll be able to answer for you. Thank you so much for taking the time to be a part of this. And I look forward to next couple of weeks and give you more information on what's going on. So thank you again. Thank you so much for everything. I appreciate it.
Thank you, Mr. Broussard.
Yeah, thank you, Mr. Broussard.
Thank y'all.
Let me have one quick question about last time Michelle tried, and then I don't know what competition it was, but she has been going through one day, but 3 times like the same judge, same she met same judge. So is that because of lack of judges or yeah? So somehow yeah she